I mean, and you can be adding the angle within a few strides, but definitely think your job just is to come out of that corner traveling straight first. So the left front leg, that's good, stays in that trot the whole time. And it will be right in this channel for you. There, good. You already have it. Good. Good. Yeah, right. It's funny because sometimes like their less angle actually creates a better half. It's not less, I shouldn't say less angle is in like you can't go to a steep letter. Less angle is in I don't need much wrap around that inside leg of mine. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, nice, nice. That could maybe have a teeny bit more neck bend, but I love it. The feeling then also kind of becomes, you look at it and you just challenge them to go, how big can you trot through this? Versus how much can you bend or how sideways can you go? Yeah. Right. Way better those. It kind of becomes, too, I feel like, one of those places you literally. Do you have plans to show them this? Do you guys have a show, something, summer show season or?
As soon as I feel secure when it changes.
Right.
Yeah. He's kind of fearful. So, he's not very acclimated to the field.
Careful coming out of that, with those half steps right back at you though. Careful coming out that your seat isn't saying trot. Yeah, I like that actually better, even though it was more of a canter step. There it is. There it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good, good. And even if it's just those 3-4 steps, but slightly more intense, right? Not more intense than you did, but just more intense on the sit aspect than maybe we've been doing with them in the past, kind of upping the ante on that end of it. Yeah, I'd still take that. That's good. Because he sat down and came under. He's just going, shit. Like, how you know, where'd that come from? And you just kind of go, it's just, all I need is that sit. The rhythm will sort itself out. And that's where if we could get away from maybe add the rein back. Right back in again. Good, perfect. And out again, small. Less forward. And down. Good. Good. And rock and roll the rein back fine. Better. See too every once in a while, which you kind of did earlier a second, where you just went, sat them down an extra teeny bit, 2 steps maybe. Like, let's say come out of that rein back and you get 3-4 steps going. Now, like I said, the goal more than saying to them, this is good, give me more of those steps. It's now, that's a good starting point, and now sit it down.
Yeah.
And when you go to sit it down, think of it as basically like the rein back. You're only gonna sit it down 3 steps and then walk again. But you kind of just see how much of that rotation you can get going. You already have it. Good. Yeah, yeah. Yep. And yeah, that's perfect. Good. I like the correction there, right? Because he was starting, but it was too, I'm going to travel through the hand. Fine. Yeah. That's better. Right. Hard part, I feel like that's not just him, that's all of them, is there's this in front of the mirror. That's good under already. Yeah. Good. Right. That one's already better, right. You want to spend that time in front of the mirror with the video so you can kind of go, I mean, that should have felt like something, but there's some where you're like, that didn't feel like anything. But you look at it in the mirror, you see it afterwards, and you're like, shit, man, he's really under. And that you want to be quick to be rewarding or easing off of as soon as you get it. Yeah, right, good. Good, tough, super. That action in your body right there, that's the same action once he starts. If he travels a little forward, is what you're trying to kind of, can I just rock him back off my hand? And I might need, that's good, yeah. I might need to do a little tap at him. You know, maybe there you didn't really, but I might need this little tap that goes, don't misinterpret this aid of sitting you down as it's time to stop thinking of trot. Better, yeah. Those are way better.
Cool. That feels good. What are you looking at?
Yeah, good. Nice. Well, that's definitely made a big change. The trot too, but the canter definitely has a different jump quality than I remember from last time. Yeah. Other thing too to make the mental note of, and that does change. That's great. Yeah. It can really change month to month with them as the more flying changes going. But kind of ask yourself on days, after you've done a lot of pirouette work, do the changes get easier or harder, better or worse? Sometimes they do really get affected by the pirouette work, one way or the other, because I've had a lot of horses who do pirouette work and then they're too fatigued to jump for the change. Other horses, if you don't do the pirouette work, they're too hard to collect in if they don't sit in the change. I have a feeling with him, the pirouette work will help the change, but just to kind of play with that, right? That you might find one really creates a better or worse feel than the other. That's great on the angle. Yep.
Do you want pirouette or pass?
Yeah, that pirouette is fine with me. Like, that's enough. Feeling wise to me, I'm liking that, so you can move on. Hold. Yeah. Jumping. Good. Almost feel like that would have made a good flying change.
Yeah. I was kind of just principled. Trying to take things.
I don't feel like, as a general rule, you can't ride to the moment of the change too often. Meaning, like, you ride the feeling and you don't do it. And you ride the feeling and you don't do it. So they just get ridiculously comfortable in that pressure point, in that collection, in that mode. So they don't, or we take away that idea that the minute they feel like this in their body, boom, it means flying changes. They get real comfortable living there. I think I always just want to make, that's good, nice. I always just make that mental note myself if that was the canter. Watch the jump there. Yeah, good. That's where that just slight cheat comes in where it goes, let me just slow my legs down instead of really tuck under. Jump. That's better. Yeah. Jump. Just making sure in that down transition there's no slowing as you bring them back. Good. Yep. Shoulder there. And then play a bit with that jump in there. And play a little bit on the angle fluctuation. Where you go, let me just make sure if I close this left rein right spur just a little more, do I get him really wrapping around that left leg a little extra?
No, I asked him if he wants her to text when she gets off the horse. Yeah. We'll see, he hasn't responded yet.
Yep.
He can.
That's good. Yeah.
He just said he was supposed to.
Super.
I guess.
That side, I think, more than the right, that little awkward struggle, just power through it. I was just going to say, if he gives you that change now and then, swaps behind, I'd look at that and think, I'm on the right track. I'm not going to look at that and think at all I'm on the wrong track. I feel like that's for him, which doesn't make sense, but I mean, not that it doesn't make sense. Yeah, no horses switch leads behind in a pirouette, but he's just alleviating the pressure on that left hind leg. So it's like, that tells me I'm really on the right track. I feel like more than on the wrong one. Good. Yeah. Yeah, that looks like a little more bend and angle today, and they're even a larger size, but that's what I was saying about compartmentalizing them yesterday. I feel like that's good to do. To go, we won't make these pirouettes, but I'm going to push on that angle for a second. The range maybe just a touch shorter, just a little. Yep. Nice at the jump. That's good. Super. Collect back. Careful with the haunches, swinging right as you turn. Keep it a little, yeah, that's it. Keep it a little shoulder in right, like that, good. Until your next change, right? Yep. Hold the right rein. Keep the stride short, pull high. Yeah, keep going, that's fine. He changed behind but tried to trot in front. Those ones I feel like they're self-corrected because he changed behind, he jumped it. Definitely keep that, good decision, yeah. Keep that collection, be a little firm. I'm going, you have to stay here, back on your hind leg and stay quick. Good. Good. Take time. Yeah, nice. No swinging out. Make sure you get a few strides perfect. Yeah, a few strides straight in that right shoulder fore on the short side or open side. Good. Could have maybe a little more jump, but again, I like the collection overall. Careful with the haunches going right. And what I might do, a little like you're doing already, is, put in 8, 9, 10 changes. With or when, only when his canter feels good. So you just keep going, a couple laps around the arena, you go, if he feels good, you throw one in, keep going, good. If he doesn't feel good, load it out. There, a clean change, just wait for the 8. So that feel then says, maybe I still need to canter a little quicker in just the tempo of it, yeah. And that quickness kind of becomes, can I get it quicker without it getting bigger, without him expanding? Good. Right. The other thing too, if you kind of notice, there's a bit of a trend where it's more the right to left one he's struggling with, and the left to right one is so good every time they're just change direction. See if putting that left to right one, or sorry, right to left one into the counter canter, where there's a little less anticipation, because he's not doing it from the counter canter, that can sometimes help too. Little touch out on the whip, jump it. Yeah. Best kind of thinking with the changes there is, in a way, the shorter and tighter the stride is, the more successful that change becomes. Good. Yeah. Super. Little sneaky on his part, almost trying to beat your aid to it, but a good change, didn't surge off, stayed collected. Good. Think small and fast canter stride, so it gets tight. Keep going. There is still a little too slow tempo-wise. Faster. Yeah, no bigger in the stride. Hold the stride, touch with the whip, quicken the tempo. Another touch, that's good though. No shorter. Good, just so he's not backing it off. Yeah. that canter for it. That's the idea, right? Awkward on his part, but that's the canter for it. That might have just been because it was heading into the corner, you know, with him kind of going, ah.
Yeah, I mean, what's at the door?
But that was a good canter for it, right? So grip, jumping, small, jumping, small. There it is. Yeah. I feel like, too, he's not getting excited about it in a good way. He's not getting worried about it. That's what I'm thinking. Do 10, 12, 15, just single ones like that, where you go, every time you feel good, I'll put one in. And what we're after is kind of getting getting to that point where you could start doing, you kind of go, this was so easy to get one, and I got it early on the lungs that I can put a second one in. And that's getting so easy. Yeah, like that's, yeah. That's an even better canter for your flying changes, honestly. Feel the difference though in the jump?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's way more off the ground all of a sudden. Good, super. Super. Keep jumping. Watch the haunches that he's not swinging out. Good. Jump. There it is. Nice. Yeah. That's the canter, right? That little twisty feel, that's what is just now has to become comfort zone. Where it's like, whoa, that's a lot of energy in my body. It's a lot of positive tension. And again, the muscle, training it a lot, just doing it a lot kind of eases off the little negative aspect of what do I do with that. And that's great with the jump. Light touch. Jump. Good. Collection's good though. Yep. Make sure to know when you end those half passes, really end. Basically, I think of it like when you finish your half pass, you need to feel like you ran into a brick wall. And as you hit that brick wall, it sends you lengthwise into the room. So you stop half passing and it's shoulder and left. Unless you're going to change it. Yeah. Doesn't have to accelerate forward, but you want to make that moment in time clear. That the half pass finish. Okay, a little more. Jumping. There it is. Yep. Good. Yeah. Just roll twisty, but good change still. That feeling of kind of, like I said, hitting a wall at the end of the half pass, that's for the zigzag. Well, we ended up with a later zigzag for the half pass stop, but then we changed. So you can be setting up a new line change afterwards. But that half pass is not ripped or punched. Yeah, good. You got it. Yeah, definitely kind of hit a different level of what I would think of as gait quality.